Hey guys, Gary with Benchmark Realty here. Today we're going to discuss HGTV versus reality. I know a lot of people love HGTV, as I do. I think I watch it maybe a little different than you do, but the reality is this. HGTV has directors, writers, staff. They film locations, and today I'm going to give you an example of how House Hunters works. As an example, I have not spoke with HGTV. In full disclosure, I have researched, followed the news, and listened to people that have been on the show. And I'm drawing this conclusion to explain to you how it works based on the people that have done interviews that have done the show. So here's what happens. When you're watching House Hunters International or House Hunters, either one, the people that are buying the home have actually already bought their home. The homes that they tour are homes that are currently on the market at that time. Now, realtors in their code of ethics can only show homes to qualified buyers or people that potentially can buy. So when you work with a real estate agent, code of ethics does not allow us to just take people into a home just to tour it. Although it does happen because people tell you what they want to hear. So to skirt that, House Hunters will pay sometimes to have the agent show the home. The agent that is showing the home is TV crew and a real estate agent. But that real estate agent may not be licensed in that state. They are simply there for appearance because of the show. So with House Hunters International, the people looking to buy have actually already, by the time the show reaches out to them, they have closed on the house that they've bought. They take 3 comparable houses or 3 houses in that price range. One of them's the house they bought with usually their furnishings in it already because it's that long after closing. And then the other 2, generally the show will pay whatever fee to the owners to allow recording in their house. During House Hunters, when they walk into the house, if they don't show the right emotion, they cut, they re-enter the house. They do that with every room. They do that with every aspect of the show. It is truly a scripted show. What you're seeing takes weeks to prepare for 1 hour. It takes hours of preparation to get one show. So when you're watching HGTV, House Hunters International, keep in mind that when they walk into that house and they're like, ooh, I don't really care for this, that may not be their first reaction. That's the reaction that the show wanted them to have, and it might take 8 takes to get it. Nothing is as it appears. It's the magic of TV. So that's House Hunters International. And then when it comes to the process of making offers and all that, all they're doing is reenacting the process at which the people that have already bought their house, that are hunting for their house, that are hunting it, they're just reenacting the negotiations and all that of what really happened with their house. And keep in mind that 90+% of the time, the house they choose, they bought months ago, sometimes a year ago, in some articles that I've read. So that's HGTV versus reality. Now let's move on to the next one, and that is Love It or List It. Great TV show, love to watch it. The two agents that they use for the show, the two stars of the show, they work well together. It's a great show for entertainment. There is a case going on in North Carolina because, true to Hollywood form, Love It or List It, keep in mind, the people selling the house, they use their money and their equity in that home to do the renovation. And then they have a company that contracts for them that does the renovation. In this case, that's in North Carolina, and you can research and Google it, but in this case, the Love It or List It crew devalued the house because when they renovated it, the renovation was done strictly for showmanship of TV and not completed. Because the equity they had, they went over budget, so they made the renovation TV present, like presentable for TV, but not functioning or finished. Again, this is a show that is scripted. If they show you a blueprint and you don't like the design, you don't see the true reaction. They cut and retake and cut and retake until you do. I heed warning to anyone that values HGTV as more than entertainment. Remember, if it has a writer, director, producer, if you have to give credits at the end of a program that run more, that run 30, 40 seconds, and there's executive producers and producers, that show is not reality. That show is scripted for entertainment. Please, I heed, when you watch HGTV, watch it for entertainment purposes, and then get with a local agent and ask questions. A lot of HGTV shows are based out of Canada. I think most of them are. They utilize homes in the US and House Hunters International. They go all over. But the actual program is based out of Canada. Real estate markets are different there. And I will give you an example. These flipping shows where they buy a house for $130,000 and they sell it, they renovate it and they sell it for $390,000 to make a $200,000 profit. Does that exist? Yes. Does it exist in the Midwest? Usually no. These shows are done for entertainment. So when you see a foreclosure for $160,000, you have to look at the neighborhood and the market it's in. If you notice these shows, every show where they buy something in foreclosure or they buy a property for $160,000, they renovate it for $50,000 and they sell it for $300,000. If you look really closely and pay attention, the neighborhoods that these are happening in are destination, usually. They're like, Scottsdale, Arizona. The home is usually in a community where there's 150 to 200 homes, where every home has sold in the 300,000 to 400,000. These homes are a select few. That's why there's only so many episodes a year, and they show a lot of reruns, because this isn't a common thing to find a home that's worth 100 and some that you can renovate for 50 and then resell for 300. just do your due diligence and watch it as entertainment. Just beware of what you're watching. Watch it as entertainment. Don't look at it as an answer or an end all be all. When you think something's a good idea, talk to a real estate agent. Message me on Facebook. Ask questions. Call me. I can give you statistics any agent can for the area that you're looking at to better help you. Just really watch HGTV for enjoyment. They do have some educational stuff on there, but primarily watch it for enjoyment and then ask questions. Every market is different in every state, every region of the state, it's all different. Things that are done in central Illinois, northern Illinois doesn't have the same laws or the same requirements that southern Illinois does. Central Illinois is different than southern. Every region is different. Find an agent that knows about those regions or can refer you to an agent that knows about those regions before you think about moving forward with anything. So HGTV to reality, the takeaway from this is, if it has a writer, director, producer, then it's strictly for enjoyment. Guys, it's been a great Sunday. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.